This is a par 3 18-hole course. The greens are tricky and the holes are well designed. Each hole has a specific view of the mountains surrounding Scottsdale. So I'm excited to share this with you as we play the course. Come with me. Hole 10, and this is called the punch bowl. It looks like a little punch bowl based on the hills that are surrounding the green. So that's helpful that everything kind of funnels towards the pin, it looks like. And it says 90 yards. I'm gonna bet it's about 80, 84. I was pretty close. I'm gonna use the same club I've been using the last few holes. And actually, I think this hole would be a perfect opportunity for a hole-in-one. But I could say the same about every hole at the short course in Mountain Shadows. In fact, I had to ask Tori in the pro shop how many hole-in-ones this course has seen. She proceeded to pull out a binder full of documented hole-in-ones.
Honestly, we have hole-in-ones that happen pretty much at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Wow.
So our skins game brings a lot of them. And then, of course, we also have our course record cards here in the case. We've had 3 people shoot 11 under, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, that's impressive.
This guy had 8 birdies in a row, which that's awesome. And then this guy back here had 2 hole-in-ones back to back, which was pretty cool.
I'm really hoping for a hole-in-one today. Of course, I always hope for a hole-in-one. I've never had one. And this course has had several. They have that whole book we just saw with a bunch of hole-in-ones. It'd be cool to add my name to that book. Oh, I'm hoping that bounces right. Oh, it did. Down the hill. Okay. Okay, so definitely not a hole-in-one, not even close to a hole-in-one. We got a long putt here. But I am curious, for those of you watching, what do you think? Does a hole-in-one happen mostly because of luck or because of skill? So let me know in the comments below what you think about that question. Honestly, I think it has to do with skill, but there's been quite a few lucky people with hole-in-ones. It broke at the end. It's a little too late. There we go. All right, back on the par train. Hopefully for the back 9, this continues. Hole 11 is called Snyder Burn after Jack Snyder, who's the designer of Mountain Shadows originally in the 1960s. So he designed the tranquil pond on 7, which trickles down through hole 11 here. The pin is in the back, so I want to make sure it gets there. So I'm using an 8-iron here. Nice and easy, keeping a smooth swing, not trying to kill it. Let's see, I'm happy with that if it stays left. Yeah, we're putting. Okay, I've got a ridge to putt over, but at least we're on the green. I'm gonna fall in love with these greens by the end of the day. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Oh my gosh, that hill really took it out of this one. Whew. Okay, another par. One of these days I'll make a birdie putt. All right, look at this beautiful hole. This is called the Oasis, and I see why. It is gorgeous, as I keep saying about many of the tee boxes here at the short course in Mountain Shadows. So this is hole 12, and another very short hole. And it's about 80 yards. Oh, that might be long. We'll see. I have to get my 80 yards dialed in. I should have done that before I came to this course. Noted for next time I come, make sure you have your 80 yards dialed in. If I'm playing from the middle tees, obviously. It turned out that my shot wasn't that long and I had a good look at birdie. Thank goodness. needed that for the scorecard. We're on to hole 13, and this one's called the Mummy. It sounds like it's going to be a scary hole, and it might be based on the way I've been putting, but actually it's just named that because it looks like the mountain here, which is called Mummy Mountain. The developer who came into this area said that mountain looks like a mummy laying down, so he called it Mummy Mountain. And this hole is parallel to that mountain, and the ridges by the green are similar to that mountain shape. That's where this hole gets its name, the Mummy. So it's about 100 yards and a little bit further than the last couple holes we played, so I'm actually looking forward to changing yardage. And I'm just hoping that I bury this ball in the cup in reference to the name of the hole. Oh, that was a hit. I kind of held it too. No pun intended. Actually, maybe a little bit of a pun intended. At least, even though it was thin and I scolded it, it's a vital pin. So let's go find it and wrap up this birdie. I was just talking to someone in the pro shop, and he said he birdied this hole, the Mummy hole, and I asked him how, and he said he gypped it in. Hole 14, and I can already tell it's a short one, and I don't have my 60-degree wedge, so I'm using my 56 again. This one is called Dell. There's a story about another Dell hole, which is in Ireland, and I really am enjoying this yardage book and the stories and the history that they have included in this book. But what I should be watching more is the green map is what I need to actually be looking at. I'm focused too much over here when I really need to be focused on this. This green is actually really interesting because it's a 2-hole green. So we have hole 14 here, and we just played 13 on this side. So this is kind of unique. It's a massive green, but it's because there's 2 different golf holes on it. So I'll get the yardage and we'll get it in hopefully the correct hole, hole 14, not hole 13. So I thought this was a short hole, and then I realized that was at the back tee box, and it's even shorter than I thought. This is about 50 yards, and obviously a very blind pin placement. So I'm gonna aim for that direction, nice little chip shot. Hopefully that's short enough. Kind of killed it. Sounded like it hit green. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Like I said, I should have watched that map a little closer because I feel like I just barely missed this bunker. To get out of there. I got a very long putt here. All right, a bogey on this 50-yard hole. Wow. That is the quote of the round, I think. Bogey on a 50-yard hole. All right, I'm noticing obviously the mountain views everywhere. We have Mummy Mountain, we have Kilmac, and then we also have Four Peaks in the distance. So this is a nice little keyhole look at Four Peaks. Four Peaks Brewing you might have heard of. They have great alcoholic beverages, and they're local here, but named after that mountain peak. So beautiful Four Peaks. We love it. We love the views. This is hole 15, and it's called Dibs. It's about 152 yards, and dibs on making a birdie on this hole. Flush. That feels good to hit a full swing past 140. Whew. All right, let's put this in, wrap this up. I told you I have dibs. Okay, it was a lot closer than I thought. That was pretty cool. This hill, it just hit the hill just right, and then it turned right, towards the cup, and oh my gosh, it is it almost rolled in. That would have been amazing. As you can tell, here's my divot, my pitch mark. I'm trying to fix this, but this rolled right down towards the cup. I had no idea. But what did I say? Dibs on birdie. Here we go. Yes, that felt good. We still got a few more holes to see if I can get a hole in one here. We're on to hole 16. This is about 100 yards. This one's called Scotch Notch because there is a notch or like a big dip in the middle of the green. And they say, they blame it on the drunken greenskeeper. Hence the Scotch part. So here we go. Pretty straightforward, and they can just keep it on top of the green. Oh, I hit it too good. Hold it. Alright, chipping a putt. Didn't hurt anybody. So obviously my yardage was spot on. It just missed a little bit to the left here. Oh. Alright. I will say, the rest of the game has had to compensate for the lack of putts, so I'm just putting them closer to the hole now. Has to save on the putting. All right, easy par. The greenskeepers are taking top-notch care of these greens, as we can tell, and then there is that notch that we were just talking about from the garbage book. We're on hole 17, which is just about the end of our round for today. And this hole is called Bar. It's about 146 yards out. The reason why it's called Bar is I guess it has a kind of like a ridge or a bar in the middle of the green. I just had that hole on 15. That was about the same yardage, so I feel good about that quick. Just a bit long. Yikes. But I am still liking the 7-iron. I just should have used the 8 instead. Okay, so this was quite a ways off. I should have known better for the way I'm hitting it today. Take a little bit off that 7. But I'm going to chip this. It's a nice position here. Okay, so you get over that hill. Let it trickle down. Trickle? Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. That was pretty close. So there is a wedding on 18, so I can't go and crash the wedding by playing 18. But our hole 18 is actually going to be this bonus hole, which is here at the short course of Mountain Shadows. This is super fun. It's called the Forest Wager Par 2. So you can make bets or, you know, incorporate this hole into your round. And for me, thankfully, it's going to be the way I finish this round to play a full 18 holes. This might really help my score based on how it's going so far, since it's only a par 2, but also with the way I'm putting recently, I wouldn't bet on it. I feel like I pulled that, but it is a long putt. All right. Oh, it's turning. It's turning. I like it. All right, didn't leave it short. Proud of myself for that one. Okay, just gonna put this one in for par on my hole 18. Go, go, go. Oh gosh, that was really close. And what a fun day at the short course of Mountain Shadows. As you saw, there are views from every hole and every angle. It's gorgeous here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Perfect location and a nice location for a wedding too. So even though we didn't get to play hole 18, I'll show you it from the angles of the resort because it is a beautiful backdrop for a wedding. The resort itself has a nice boutique feel, and there's beautiful architecture and art and history throughout the entire resort. So I'm going to check more of that out later this evening in a vlog that I'll do separately from this golf round. But thanks for joining me for the golf round. Make sure to follow for more resorts in Arizona and around the world as we showcase different golf courses. Hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.